Are you finding that you're going mad and that maybe the people in your household and that you're working with are going mad as well? Certainly the case in my life personally, freaking out a bit, going a little bit mad, and the people around me are a bit frayed, to be honest. We are in day 40 something of lockdown here in South Africa. So what do we do about this? But in a call yesterday, a work call, a colleague mentioned a metaphor that I found really helpful to understand what's happening and what we can do about it. He said we're all in the same storm, but we're in different boats. So there's a storm at play, and in our current situations, our boats are different. My personal boat is one of living in an urban setting, having a reasonable amount of work, and having to learn how to homeschool at the same time. But the boat is rocking. And the boat is rocking for people that I'm connected to in family, friends, and in a work context. But what is making the boat rock, and what do we do about it? So it just reminded me of some useful frameworks that I've come across before that I think help us understand what is happening and why the boat is rocking. So there's a pandemic. That's all. That's we all know that. There's no debating it. But there's also an infodemic at the moment, and through our devices and phones and laptops, we're getting bombarded with all sorts of information around the pandemic, analysis, what's happening. But and linked to that is a bit of an opinion-demic as well. That's so polarizing because as our boats are being rocked differently, some of us are losing work, some of us are having family pressure. That is raising the temperature on the debate about right and wrong, and whether the approaches that we're subject to are the right course of action, and people are going a bit mad on this. And then there's also, fundamentally also a work demic. Well, I couldn't find anything that rhymed with demic, so I created that myself. But there are a lot of people who have their livelihoods at risk, if not having lost them. And that produces some very real mental and psychological consequences. You may have come across Maslow's hierarchy of needs, for example. At the very base of it are physiological needs. Then next is safety needs. And when those two needs are compromised, our motivation levels go down, and they put us in difficult states. So whether our personal security from protecting ourselves from a virus perspective, employment, whether we have work, whether we have a job, whether we have health, whether we have property, all of these things then stack up and produce us in a state of motivation that fundamentally kind of puts us against what is happening in the world, and we respond emotionally. And I think that's where the second framework that I remember is very helpful is a neuro leadership framework by David Scarf called SCARF. Not David Scarf, I'm going mad. David Rock. It's called SCARF, and it stands for status, certainty, autonomy, relatedness, and fairness. And it's how the kind of oldest parts of our brain kind of scan the environment and determine emotionally, before we even got language to figure it out, it puts us in a state that's moving towards stuff or for stuff or against or away in response to stuff. And why that's important is because status is about, well, do I have equal standing and important standing in relation to people? Certainty is, can I predict the future? Do I know where we're going and what is happening, and does it make sense? Autonomy is, do I have control over this environment? Relatedness is, where do I stand in the relational side of people that I'm connected to? And then fairness, like, does what is happening around me and in relationship and in work make sense? Is it fair? And I've heard lots of questions because, from a certainty perspective, we don't know a lot. Early on in lockdown, we had a target date. It felt like we were going to get out of it. We could work with certainty. Now we're in this levels phase, and we have no idea in this risk-adjusted basis when the levels will change. And so our certainty networks are compromised within our brain. Relatedness is massive because we're in isolation. We're stuck at home. The extent to which we would usually connect with people is drastically diminished. So our brains are missing out on those good vibes that we normally get from connecting with people. Even at work, you might be finding that you're missing your work colleagues. And then that's funny because what we are then doing is we're doing a lot of Zoom calls and we're connecting with people through our devices, but it's mediated. It's not the same face-to-face sort of thing. So we're not getting that same fulfillment, or that need is not being met through the way that we're doing it now. And so those networks are being compromised. And then fairness. It certainly feels like there are a lot of questions that we should be asking about how decisions are getting made for us and how we have to abide by them, and whether they make sense or even fundamentally fair when our physiological and safety needs are being compromised by the situation. But what do we do about it? And I've only got two answers at this stage. I think we need a bit more self-awareness is number one. And number two, I think we need a bit more empathy with other people. What I mean by that, the first is self-awareness, is just to be aware of how what is happening to you, how when your physiological and safety needs are being compromised like this, when your certainty neural networks, your relatedness and fairness networks are flashing red, how that puts you in a certain emotional state that is probably not great from a work perspective. If you've got work, we're not firing on all cylinders. Some of us are working very hard. Some of us are not working at all, but we're not performing the way that we could. And that's meaning at home, we're probably in an emotional state that's putting us against stuff and away stuff. We're on edge, we're going mad, we're freaking out. But I think being aware of that is the first step to then kind of engage the parts of your brain that help you mediate that a little bit more. It's tough work, it's really hard, it's a daily task, and sometimes even an hourly task, especially when you're trying to homeschool kids. So that's self-awareness. Just be aware of that emotional state and how your own needs and what is welling up and what emotional state you are in. And then the empathy, I think, is then turning that question from self to others. When you are engaging with other people in your household, in Zoom calls or telephone calls, or even when you might be bumping into people through a mask at the shops or at work, if you're back in the office spaces, then understanding where they're going through. And why I think that's key is because I've found in the business world, we've always said that connecting and checking in personally is an important part of understanding how we work with people and build solid relationships. But one of the most helpful things I found in the last few weeks is in business calls, in business engagements, is asking people how they are, and to reflect on what they're going through. And that's where that analogy of us being in the same storm but in different boats came out, is that the more I've listened to people talk about what they're going through under lockdown and through this pandemic, the more we're realizing that actually we're not alone in what we're going through and feeling, and how we respond to it, and the challenges and things that we're encountering. And I think that's some of the step to empathy. So some of the things that we can do there is, instead of just starting with task and getting on with the work, we can be asking, how are you doing? And getting people to tell their story. And it helps them make sense, because when you tell your story, it's cathartic, you express it, you share it, other people share similar stories, and then you can sympathize and identify with them as well. But it creates a communal reflective space as well that's helpful for people to realize that we're in the storm, we are in different boats, but we can help each other out by being maybe a little bit more self-aware, understanding where we're coming from, and then asking people how they're doing and working on that empathy work. Good luck.